I'm always stressed out about my rideshare rating. And I'm very nice, I tip very generously, and my shit's at 4.67.
Have you ever ordered for a friend who needed to go home?
Oh no.
That's what happened to me.
Greetings, my darkly devoted Dexter fans. Welcome to another Final Cut. No, sorry.
Yuck!
Greetings, my darkly devoted Dexter fans, and welcome to Final Cut, the official after show for Dexter Resurrection and your one-stop shop for blood, secrets, and everything in between. I'm your host, Jamie Chung, and tonight we are diving headfirst into the chaos. He's back as Harrison Morgan, matured, more conflicted, and facing demons that refuse to stay buried. With a performance that digs even deeper this season, please welcome Jack Alcott. Come on, guys! Woo! Jack, thank you so much for joining us. It is so good to see you again. The last time I saw you was in New York, but then also during COVID, when we were filming New Blood.
In the snow.
I know. Well, no,
cold.
there was no snow.
In New
There was
Blood?
barely any snow.
Which-
Remember they had to bring in the snow?
They had to bring in the snow for those certain, I mean, we started in February, but
And there was a lot of snow.
It dumped like 2.5 feet on us.
And then it dried.
And then when it disappeared, we had mud.
And then half of the budget for the episode went into,
The snow budget.
yeah, the snow budget. Would have been nice to be paid, but we gotta pay for the snow. What is it like playing the role of Harrison? Again, but in the Big Apple.
I mean, just when you think it couldn't get more stressful. Harrison cannot catch a break ever. And returning to this role in this setting, it just amps everything all the way up. There's so many more possibilities for good things to happen, bad things to happen, friends, enemies. It's just sort of an endless pot of possibilities. And so returning has been amazing. It was a surprise getting to come back to this because we were on Original Sin. And I figured that my tenure in the Dexter family was come to an end. And when Clyde reached out and said, hey buddy, I got another show and I want you to be in it. I want you to play Harrison. And the show's gonna be starring Michael C. Hall. I lost my mind.
We thought he was
But
gonna
he's
retire.
dead. But
No one ever dies on Dexter.
No, not the important people.
No, that really hurt my feelings. I think we're done here.
All right, that's a wrap.
How does Resurrection feel to you? I mean, it is quite the departure. I mean, you're still in hiding, but God, at this point in time, in this episode, you still think your dad is dead. Are you grieving? You know, new life, new start?
I mean, all of the above. Harrison has been through so much at this point. He's been through so much before we even meet him in New Blood. And then we spend all that time with him and his dad sort of reaching for each other and finally getting there before shit hits the fan.
Before you
Before
stab
I-
him in the back, but
before I
really
blast
just shoot
him.
him in the chest.
Because he asked me to,
Yeah, I
you
know.
know. So Harrison definitely does not feel great about that. He's incredibly conflicted. He was conflicted before, and now he's even more so because he's spending all of his energy and effort on getting a new start. And he's driven down to New York with nothing. He's got his dad's truck and the clothes that he was wearing and nothing else. And so in the weeks that have elapsed since the ending of New Blood, he's just been grinding to have a life, which doesn't leave time for much else. But when there is even a fraction of a second, I mean, he's haunted.
So how does Resurrection feel different to you from New Blood, both as a show and as an experience?
I mean, as an experience, like the biggest difference is that New Blood was during COVID, which, you know, had its own pros and cons. Like it was tedious and had a lot of, you know, obstacles that this one doesn't, but we really were in a bubble. That was the first really, really large role I'd ever gotten to do just as an actor, period. And so to get to carry a little bit was a new experience, and then to do it in a time and place where nothing else really existed was like magic.
I kind of miss that bubble.
Me too.
I know, it was fun. Can we talk about that kill scene in the bathroom? I mean, what was it like filming it? Those punches were so hard.
It was exhausting and probably my favorite day on set.
Yeah.
Like on New Blood, my favorite day was probably
Chopping wood?
Second to chopping wood was the fight scene with those two kids in that nightmare sequence.
The bullies.
Yeah, anytime I get to do any action, anything, it is so much fun. Chris Place, our stunt coordinator, was kick-ass on this, and jumping in and out with Brian Lillis, who plays Ryan.
Yeah.
And then his
Stunt double.
His stunt double, my stunt double. I'm always fighting for like, please, 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 please,
Let me do it myself.
Let me do all of it. And they let me do most of it.
Okay.
When I get tossed into the bathtub, we had to remove all the padding, and so he just was like, I mean, I guess
You could
technically
do it.
you could. The reason we have a stunt double here is that it's just really gonna hurt.
Yeah.
And I watched him do it once and was like,
We're good.
yeah, I think I'm all right.
And by the way, I did think it was you.
Yup,
Well done.
that body flying through
Well
the air
done.
looks just
Yeah.
like me.
Great job, Chris. Episode 3, Backseat Driver. We start the episode with Detective Wallace interrogating you.
So aside from procuring drugs, was there any other moment during the stay that stood out as memorable?
Shauna, are you okay?
I can totally feel the tension in this investigation scene. What a testament to how great of an actor you are. Tell me your secrets.
Half of it's just Katia. I mean,
Yeah.
with someone giving you that much in
Yeah.
the scene, I felt like I was in trouble. I feel like you get it a lot as a kid of like, I'm in trouble, like I
Yeah.
did something wrong, and it's not a feeling that we feel often as adults. And I remember her just laser focus for all of that scene. And then of course you got Dominic standing over you.
I mean.
just half the time as well. Like there's nowhere to go. I'm trapped here. It was a stressful experience. So I mean, a lot of it is just the actors that I got to share the scene with. And then I'm a really physical guy. So there was a lot of push-ups, a lot of breathing. Like, how can I
Yeah.
induce the closest thing to a panic attack possible,
Yeah.
and then just sit and then like try to pull it
I
together.
mean,
Yeah.
really, you can see it all on your face and you did such a fantastic job. I was stressing for you. You were literally sweating.
I was shiny. That was sweat. That was not makeup.
Oh, man.
I'm thirsty. You don't have any bottles of water in here?
Am I supposed to?
No waters? No charger?
No condoms. None of it.
But I love moments like this, kind of a throwback to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the previous 8 seasons of Dexter, which we love. The humor is back and it's so good.
It's one of my favorite things about this season, and seeing all of these moments that I'm not involved in,
Yeah.
because it's, you know, Harrison
You're
doesn't have
cracking
a
up.
lot of humor.
I'm late for a date. A match with this hot chick on Hinge.
Yeah. Hot.
And it's funny, like,
It's very funny, but talk about stress. I'm always stressed out about my rideshare rating, and I'm very nice. I tip very generously, and my shit's at 4.67.
I felt bad about mine. Mine's
What is yours?
4.91.
I don't get it.
Have you ever ordered for a friend who needed to go home?
Oh no.
That's what happened to me. You're a great passenger, and then you do a solid for a friend on a night out who needs to be gone. They do some shit.
But yours is still 4.91.
Maybe you had more than one incident where you were thrown under the bus by a buddy, because I have one.
Because Dexter's rating was 4.2, and I think that's not so bad.
Well, I mean, when you open Uber, like,
And you
how
see a 5.
often?
Yeah,
how often
that's
do you
true.
not see a 5 or a 4.9?
Okay. I'm really bummed that mine's 4.67. But enough about me.
I read in the paper the victims were missing their driver's licenses.
Okay, Dexter's back doing what he does best. He is hunting a killer, which we all love. And honestly, no one sneaks into a killer safe space quite like Michael C. Hall. By the way, that touchscreen scene, the code, I'm gonna like wipe off all of my shit.
That's real.
It
That's
stresses
like-
me out.
yeah.
But also, maybe not make it so easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, what's your code?
Password.
Okay, we're both idiots. Love it.
How often is that door left open? I am a homicide detective, not a health inspector.
This detective on your case, she's so good, Katia. When she makes it into the kitchen and you're saved by pigeon shit on the camera, you are so lucky.
It's the one thing that goes Harrison's way. It felt like performing it, doing the, you know, how many bad things can happen to this character. And ironically, that's, of course, a moment that he's not even aware of at that point. Really saves his ass.
So apparently, when a pigeon shits on you or shits anywhere, it's good luck in every culture.
Can't stop seeing his face.
Harrison, his murder is not your fault.
So talk to me about Elsa and Harrison's relationship. You and Amelia seem to have a really great chemistry.
I love Amelia. I've known her through a mutual friend for like 6 years. I actually called and told her that she got the role.
What a great call to get.
I called her and was like, hey, would you be down to do some like scenes? She's like, huh? And I was like, there's some scenes, there's this show, and we just do some scenes like in this.
Yeah.
Like, she's quiet, she's like, what are you
talking about?
telling me right now? And I'm like, dude, you got it. And
But I love this. It feels really familiar and it does feel very friendly. It would be weird if you had to make out with her.
it would be weird.
So you don't.
Make out with who?
Just joking. Okay, didn't work. Wow, you guys are good.
Mr. Morgan, you never sent me the name of your one-night stand.
I'm gonna go clock in.
Oh, it just slipped my mind.
Did the anxiety Harrison feels this season rub off on Jack at all? You were constantly being hunted down.
I don't think it followed me all the way home. I mean, I feel like any days that we shot anything particularly tense or stressful, when we would finish, there was just relief.
Yeah.
It was like, ugh, like I
You're
felt like-
exhausted.
Yes, exactly.
It's emotionally draining, is it not?
Absolutely.
I'm homeless. I stay in vacant rooms every night.
You really saved yourself during the interrogation scene by coming out as homeless. And again, this is the Morgan way of talking your way out of some trouble, just like Dexter.
Absolutely. Admit to something else. And admit to it as truthfully as you can. And we'll forget about the other thing we were trying
And
to
I
find
believed
out.
you.
I'm
You've
glad
just
somebody
got this
did.
face for you to express like, I am actually homeless. The way you delivered that was like really heartbreaking.
And that's real for Harrison. It's like he doesn't have to lie at all there. Not only is what he's saying factual, but like all of the emotion behind being homeless and not having having anywhere to go. He can just show her that.
Yeah.
And it's not just the words, it's what's behind him. It's convincing.
I mean, honestly, when you were going to that cafe, knowing that you were homeless, I was thinking, oh no, he's gonna like just hang out in this cafe until it closes, and then you realize you're meeting a friend. It's so good. So now we have to talk about the scene with Angel, Quinn, Masuka in Miami. It's like the music, the floral shirts, I mean, the inappropriate jokes.
I've had enough of homicide.
Yeah, don't tell me you're gonna start an OnlyFans account. I mean, I'll be supportive, but I ain't gonna like it.
How great was it to have that scene? Even if it was just for a split second, when he pulls everyone in, kisses Masuka's bald head. I've always wanted to do that, you know, and say, I love you, fam. But I do think it's setting something up for Angel Batista, don't you think?
He's on a mission. I think more so than we've ever seen him in the show. And someone that singularly focused on anything is gonna be dangerous. And it's gonna get himself into trouble.
What was it like for you to see all these OG actors?
Satisfying. I mean, it's, I wanna say tasteful fan service, but it doesn't even feel like that because it serves the story.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a little Easter egg that we tossed in to like look cute. It is a part of the story and it's revisiting people that we miss and love.
Okay guys, before we get into the kill of this episode, it is time for one of my favorite games, Blood Slide Roulette. This is our classic game we play with all of our guests, and right over here, we've got a box of blood slides, and each one has a question. Some easy, some a little twisted, so go ahead, pick a number from 1 to 50.
12.
Okay, number 12. What is your favorite horror movie of all time?
Hereditary.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Ari Aster. If I gotta pick one that's older, actually, I just watched Friday the 13th for the first time this last Friday the 13th. Like, just very, very recently.
Jack.
And
I'm glad you watched a good one.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Great pick. So satisfying. Let's do another one.
31.
The golden years. What was your first impression of New York City? And you can be honest.
I feel like my first impression as a kid visiting, I grew up on a farm south of Nashville, so my first impression as a child was just awe. And then I lived in New York when I graduated from college. And
Where'd you live? What neighborhood?
like tip top of Washington Heights, like 188.
Great. Fun.
Yep. I will say, like, after watching In the Heights movie,
Yeah.
not like that.
No,
not like
nothing.
that. Not as bright.
No.
But that was tough because all of my friends lived in Bushwick, which I love. Anytime we would want to go out or do something fun, it would be like, hey, yeah, just, you know, come on down here. And I'll be like, great.
What a schlep.
Yeah, an hour and a half on the subway or a $100 Uber, you know, pick one.
God.
So that was tough. Now I'm in Yonkers. I knew our sound stages are in Yonkers, and I distinctly remember patting myself on the back and thinking,
No,
like,
being responsible.
genius. Yeah, I want to
No.
be right by the studio.
No.
And we shoot like 65% of the show on location in Manhattan.
Yeah. Let's talk about Zaddy's turtleneck. I mean, I was like, oh, it is cold in New York, but again, it served a purpose. But I had no idea that he had something underneath. That was very smart.
He's sneaky, and everything he does for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, there's no extra business going on. If he makes a choice to wear something, there's a reason that he chose
Can
to
he
wear it.
make a choice to secure the fucking needle? That gave me so much anxiety watching that scene of him like trying to,
I mean, everybody can relate to that
Come
too.
on, I
Like,
hate it.
who's not lost something in
No.
that stupid space between your seat and the center console? Never a hypodermic needle for me.
No,
but,
never.
like, stuff that I've really
and I
wanted
was like,
to
he's
get.
gonna poke himself. He's gonna poke himself. This is a bad way to go. Where is the cap to that needle? Come on, let's think about safety.
He doesn't need a needle
You know?
cap.
Missed that sound?
First time in a long time, we're seeing Dexter in a classic kill room scenario. And there's just something about how Michael plays these scenes. What do you think make him so great?
I mean, gosh, a million things. I mean, this return to form is another thing that's so satisfying because it's copying anything that we've already done. Like, everything is an evolution, and watching Michael have that same personality, the likableness that's also really cold, like all of the balls that he juggles, while at the same time carrying all of his character's history. He's been through so much, he's learned so much, he's grown in all these different ways. To just get to see a character continually evolve. He does something that we love to watch him do, and it's almost like we're watching him do it for the first time because it's different every time.
So good.
Those drivers you killed had nothing to do with your dad. You had no right to murder them.
If I had to write my own death on the show, I'd be like, Zaddy, wrap me up. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. That's the way I would want to go. You know what I'm saying?
That's perfect.
You are cordially invited to a dinner party for like-minded individuals who share similar passions and to share your craft.
The golden ticket. This is the kind of dinner that I would love to be at. I cannot believe this is where it's going, and then I think the fans are going to freak out, but what can we really expect from Resurrection?
The unexpected.
Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't give us anything.
Every introduction is totally unique. Every character that you're gonna meet, totally unique, totally hilarious, totally terrifying in their own ways. I got to meet everybody. I don't share scenes with all of our like crazy
Was
cast.
Uma nice?
She's lovely.
She's my fucking favorite.
She's got such an intense presence on screen. It's like, that is so unmistakably Uma.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I expected. I guess my expectation was just like, she's gonna just carry that laser
kill you.
intensity and kill me. And the day that I met her, she immediately just went, Jack, oh my God, hi!
Oh,
Wrapped me in a big hug
whoa.
and was like the sweetest. And I stuttered and didn't say a full sentence. It was like, it's really nice to meet you. You're great. There was a lot of that. And she was graciously accepted that and was really, really lovely.
Oh man. So lucky. And also Kristen Ritter's on the season.
She's badass.
It's so well cast. So many good baddies.
When they announced like the rollout for
It was
like,
insane. And then
getting to
seeing the
post
stills from
each
New York
one,
City, I was like, oh, it's so good.
It's sexy. It's people that we're so excited to see and to return to and to watch and wonder how they're gonna be continually woven in or not.
I cannot wait to see episode 4.
You should be able to meet some of them soon because I think the next episode we start to roll out some introductions.
Juicy.
I'm continually in awe of the fact that I get to be a part of the story, to get to shoot this in New York, like to be on location and be like, oh my God, there's Lincoln Center, or like, we're in Central Park right now, holy shit. That's a dream. To get to carry a character that's like,
with so much heart.
So much heart and so much shit, like so much stuff stirred up constantly, like there's always something to play with. It's impossible to get bored playing a character like this. And yeah, I mean, to see Michael back,
Yeah.
he lights up.
Yeah,
Like,
he really does. He
yeah.
loves it. We love him doing it. But what's really interesting to me is seeing the two different paths that you guys take, right? I mean, after your first kill, after episode 1, you feel really conflicted. You're having all these like visions of the person that you killed, Ryan. And, it really shows your moral compass and your humanity, which is very different from Dexter. And yet Dexter's ego is so inflated that he's like, he's my son. Do you feel like that you're on the right path as Dexter?
I mean, I feel like it's a path full of question marks because in some ways the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you guys
Harrison
are both born in blood.
Yeah, Harrison is capable of some serious violence, as we see. But the way in which he responds to it, the way that it sits with him, the idea of living with that looks very different to Harrison than it does to Dexter. To Dexter, it is his life purpose. Like, it is the thing that he does. The idea that that is even present for Harrison is the scariest thing in the world. How can he divorce himself from that? Get me as far away from it as possible, which is also really awesome and ironic because when Harrison and Dexter eventually do meet, if they were to, meet hypothetically.
I mean, we know it's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. That relationship, having them reach for each other again as they get closer, while Harrison at the same time really wants to push away whatever this is that he is living with. There's a lot of pressure from a lot of angles, and so it's a lot to play with.
I can't wait for that first hug, There's something really special when a child hugs you. That's not a serial killer. All right, before we leave, I want to bring back one of my favorite games from last season called Dexter's Decisive Distinctions. I'm going to give you a series of quickfire superlatives, and you're going to tell me which co-stars fits best into each one. No overthinking, just your first instinct. Biggest prankster on set.
Peter Dinklage.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised.
Most surprising off-screen personality.
God, can I say Peter Dinklage again?
That's okay. He's winning.
He is winning.
2 for 0. Okay, best improviser.
I didn't get to work with him at C.S. Lee.
Of course,
Yeah.
he's the best. Most likely to play detective in real life.
David Zayas.
Obviously.
He was a detective.
Yeah, I know, we know this. Well, he was a cop.
He was a cop.
Yes.
He covered Times
He was
Square.
uni.
Back when Times Square was, like...
Needles.
Yeah.
Okay, most likely to take home a prop. What'd you take?
Something from a later episode.
Is it expensive?
No.
Oh, you fucked up. Wisest advice giver.
Michael,
Can you share something?
don't fuck it up.
Wise words, wise words. Best dad jokes.
James Remar. James
He's
Remar.
the best.
That was like his thing.
I know.
And he would come with like a catalog of them memorized, and then as soon as he would run out, he would just start to make them up.
I love a good dad joke.
He's punny.
Good puns. Most likely to break character during a scene.
Gosh, that's like everybody.
Like, who would be the one to fart in an elevator?
I want to say Michael.
Okay, good to know. He's the farter. Most like their character. I would say you.
Maybe, God, I hope not. No, maybe David Zayas. I mean, in this season, he's definitely a little darker.
Yeah.
But across the show, he is like the kindest, most fun, lovely human.
Best dressed off screen. Per your stylist, it's you, right?
For my stylist, I need some work. David Smolchin. He's got a really distinct, like, you see David coming.
Some swag.
Some swag.
Best dancer.
Most painful dancer is me.
I'm sorry, can you stand up? Show us a move.
I can do one little.
Let's see. Oh, that's not so bad. That's really
One little
good.
thing, yeah.
That's
If I have a couple drinks,
painful.
it gets looser, and then it gets painful.
You can move. Most likely to critique your choices in this game. All right, last question, and this is my favorite question. What is one thing fans don't know about you?
I was briefly a semi-professional bowler.
Really? Oh man, that's
Yeah.
fascinating. What is the highest score you ever got?
Perfect game.
That's really good.
I was very good for a minute. Our rap party is at Brooklyn Bowl, and we shot a scene at Brooklyn
Yeah.
Bowl that is coming up.
Did you pretend like you didn't know how to play?
Oh no, I was talking big shit. This does not end well for Jack. I was
Mm.
talking big shit to everybody, and they had a professional bowler there to get shots of specific outcomes of
Mm-hmm.
the thing. And she was wonderful. She's, I believe, a former women's world champion.
Oh, wow.
Like, we hopped in the lane and started throwing the bowling balls, and yeah, it didn't go well for Jack. Jack was really, really rusty. And
But you talked a lot of shit.
the entire production
Yeah.
has not let me hear the end of it, and it's deserved. So honestly, maybe this answer is gonna bite me in the ass. I'm
Do
gonna be real.
bowlers win money? Like
If they're
professional
good.
bowlers? So not you.
Usually no.
Oh, that's a great answer. I did not know that about you. Post a picture, will you? Thanks. Okay. Thanks for tuning into Dexter Final Cut. Huge thanks to our guest, the one and only Jack Alcott. Give it up, guys! It was such a pleasure chatting with you. And don't forget to subscribe to the Dexter YouTube channel, drop a comment, and jump into the Dexter community. We love hearing all of your theories and questions. Stream new episodes of Dexter Resurrection next Friday, only with the Paramount Plus premium plan. And then swing on by to the Dexter YouTube channel the day after for our official breakdown. I'm Jamie Chung, and until then, tread lightly. Great.
Nailed that. Holy shit.
It's a teleprompter, but thank you.
No, still.
The original series available on the Essential Plan.